Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I normally clean my standing fan. So I've taken off all the four sides, okay? Alright, and then it have the hook to the top. So I've unhooked it to the top here, then I've taken all the four sides down. And as you can see, it's really dirty. Yeah, the dust has built up in it. So I'm going to clean this neck part first. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clean off some of the dust with this cloth. All right, and don't worry, there's no carpet on my floor, it's tiled, so even if it drop on the floor, I will clean it up after. Okay, because some of the dust may drop on the floor. So I clean it. So you see all the dust because by the fan blowing, it actually gathers, it pulls in all the dust in the atmosphere. So I just clean that off. This is the Wintex Smart Alternative fan, guys. So in case you're trying to clean your fan, and you can see the instructions as to how to unmount it, which is what I'm going to show you guys as well. Okay, I'll just give that another wipe. So I'm just going to rest that. I'm just going to hook it back with the hook there, and I'm just going to give it another wipe before I start the other parts of it. Okay, so this is one part that is nice and clean. And that's nice and clean, guys. There's no dust. Nice and clean. Okay, so now I'm going to take out the inside of the fan. So I'll show you how I do that. Okay, and it's all screwed up together, so I'll show you how I take out the inside. So I'll rest that there. That part is done. Let's move that away so I don't get that dust there. So now I'm going to take out, I'm going to clean. What I'll do, I'll clean actually parts of the blades first, and then I'll take it down. I'll show you. So I'm just going to take off some of the dust off of the blades, okay? Because it's really, really dusty. so I don't want to take it off with the dust and have to press it down anywhere. So clean that. Okay. Alright, so that part is nice, and so most of the dust is off of it. So what I'll do now, I'll unscrew it and take it off, and then do the back. Let me get something to unscrew that because it's a bit hard, because my hand is wet, so it makes it a bit difficult to unscrew. Probably need to get my husband to unscrew this for me. Okay, nope, there we go. So that's the part that is holding the blade in. Okay, so once you get that, then you pull this out. All right, that's the back of it. Okay, so I'm just going to move that aside, and yeah guys, so that's off, and that's a covering for it that holds it in place with the screw. Okay, so again, I'm just going to wipe this down. I'm going to wipe that down, and as you can see, you see inside of there, it's really dusty. Yeah, it's really dirty. So I'm just going to clean that out. I may put it on under the tap in the bathroom and wash it actually, if I can't get it out with this cloth. And it's just a J cloth, just a soft J cloth I'm using, guys. It's nothing special, okay? So that's that. And now I'm going to do in here. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take this part and I'm going to run it under the water in the bathroom tap, because you see it's going to be very difficult to clean in here with the cloth. So I'm just going to get this washed out in the bathroom. So that is nice and clean now, and I'm just drying it off, or should I say I'm damp wiping it off. And as you can see, that is nice and clean. You can see it's even shining. That's how clean it is. Okay, I've actually used a little brush. If you have a little brush, I've used a little brush that I have in my bathroom, and I just scrub out the dirt from inside these creases, because you can see the creases is very small, so it's a bit difficult to get in between the creases, yeah, with the cloth or even with your fingers. So it's easier to use a brush and just, you know, clean out inside there. All right, so this part is all done. So if I put that there, and now we're going to take down this part of the fan, which is the back of the fan. And you know, to the back there's another screw here. Well, it's not really a screw, but it's a holder that is holding this together to the machine of the fan, which is, this is a machine. Okay, so this part here is holding this to the machine of the fan, which or the motor of the fan, should I say. So again, I'm just going to wipe off some of the dust here. Yeah, it's really, really dusty, guys. Oh my god. So I'm just going to clean around this bit that's holding this part in. And yes, I am going to take this part down because I want to clean behind that machine as well. So I'm going to take it down. Okay, right. So guys, what I'm going to do now, as you can see, this part here is holding this, as I said before. So I'm going to screw this out. Yeah, so this I'm going to screw out. Yeah, okay guys, so this bit is screwed off. I've screwed that off. All right, so I'm just going to give this a little clean as well, because you know these little things hold dust, right? So that's nice and clean. Okay, and now I can take this off, because that part is what was holding this onto the motor. So if I move that aside, and then I'm just going to just give this a nice wipe over. All this, some of this dust is going on my sofa, so when I finish I would also need to wipe down my sofa. Okay guys, so again, I'm just going to rest this back onto the fan there, and I'm just going to rinse out my cloth with my soap water, soap and bleach water. Alright, and then I'm just going to give it a nice little wipe over again, so that's nice and clean and all the dust is off. Okay guys, so that's nice, that's clean. Yeah, yep, no more dust. So that part is done. Let's put that there to dry, and then when time comes to put that back together, I will show you guys. So guys, this part of the fan, we don't take it down. This one we just wipe it over. Yeah, you see, we just wipe this over. Okay, clean this bit. Okay, wipe that over. This is what I normally do, and then I wipe the whole body off the fan. Yep, and it's one of these fan with this big base, so I'm just going to wipe all the way down to the base. Yeah. And again, I'm just going to rinse out my clothes and give it another wipe over. Just give that screw to the back a wipe, and I'm also going to just wipe the, you know, the plug itself. I'm just going to give that a wipe. Okay guys, so this is nice and clean. All right, even the base is nice and clean. All right, so it's all clean. So now I could put this back together, but before I put this back together, I'm just going to just remove the dust to the side so that I'm not sitting in the dust and mount it up back. So I'm just going to move the dust to the side, and then I'll pick it up after. Put that there. And now you have a clean fan. Okay, so I'm now going to remount this fan so you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, to put it back together, and it's all nice and clean. My husband is going to be happy. guys, we put in the back of the fan first. Let's hope I put it back the correct way. This should all be guided anyway. So we put the back of the fan. Let's make sure we get that right. Yeah, back of the fan first, and there is a little hook. If you notice, there's 1, 2, 3 hook there. You make sure that it goes in the middle. Yeah, there's a hole, you see this middle here, that goes in the middle, in this middle holder. Yeah, so there's 3, I don't know if you can see it, there's 3 holders there, so you make sure it goes to the middle holder. All right, when you mount it at back, so that this part of the fan is back to the top, so it's lined up. Okay, that's how you line the top back. All right, and you put back the holder for it, which is what keep this to the motor. So I'm going to screw that back on. Okay, so that's nicely screwed back on, and you want to make sure you screw it back on tight, that it's holding, so that when you put the fan on, the blade, this and the blade is not, doesn't fly out on you, because that could be quite dangerous if that happens. Okay, so that's that. And then they put the blade, so I've made sure all of the water is out, so there's no water surfacing in that hole, because you know that's a hole, so you make sure there's no water surfacing in that hole to go onto this, because it could rusty or create danger. So again, you put in this back up there. Yeah, so that's nicely back onto there. And then you know this had another holder that hold this to the motor itself as well, and then I'm going to screw that back on. It's very easy, guys, to unmount your fan and clean it. It's a simple procedure. Okay, so that's nicely holding nicely, and that's in place. Yeah, so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't fall out, or it doesn't, the fan doesn't pelt out when you put the fan on the spin. Okay, and then this is the other part of the cage. Okay, so you're going to again line this up to the top of your the top part of it. You line it up. Okay, yeah, to make sure that it's not twisted. So you see where the sign is, you make sure it's in the middle. Yeah, okay, let's make sure that that's in the middle there. And then your 4 clips, yeah, which is 1 here, so your 4 clips, you're clipping it back together. And again, when you put this on, you make sure it sits in one of the wires. You make sure it sits over one of that wire, so it's holding into place. Okay, and then you put in your clips, so it's properly lined up, and then you put your clips back on and you clip it. Okay, so you make sure all the clips is clipped. Yep, and it's all clipped back on, and it's all nicely placed back together. Okay, so if you want to raise it up, because I've just pushed it down a bit, you raise it up. All right, yeah, and that's nice and clean for you. And let's give it a little spin to make sure it's all working nicely. Okay, and that's nice. I've put it all back together. It's all nice and clean, so I have a clean fan again. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to my video. And again, guys, thanks for all the support you're giving to me. I really do appreciate it. See you, guys.